Welcome, I'm the Word Nerd, and in this video I'm going to show you a great Bible study resource that I think everyone should have, especially for, I think, beginners. So this is the Rose Book of Bible Charts, Maps, and Timelines. And I just recently got this, but I think this would have helped me greatly if I'd have got it a lot sooner, because it just has so much really packed into it. So it has all kinds of things this first page is a Bible timeline, Bible history, world history, Middle East history, and it's a fold out. So there's a lot of information packed in that. On the back of it, it is the tabernacle from Exodus. So that in itself is great. I think it's great. You can also see there's like little pictures on it as well, so you can see some of the evidences of that. And then we get into the table of contents. And you just have Bible overview, Old Testament, New Testament, maps, Christianity, cults and religions. Then you have an index of the maps and also an index of the subjects. So after that, you have the Bible overview, and then you have the Old and the New Testament split up into categories, and then it goes into more information about each of the books, like who wrote it, what is it about, when was it written, why it was written. It gives you a little bit of an outline and a key verse. I don't agree with some of the like Genesis. I don't believe Moses wrote it, but anyway. And then you get into how we got to the Bible, how we got the Bible, how we got the English Bible. It shows the different canons comparatively to like Hebrew, Protestant, Catholic. And then it gives more information about Bible translations. I think that is great as well if you want a word for word versus a thought for thought. You have 100 key people in the Bible, 100 prayers in the Bible. You have tables for the weight, names of God, Jesus, Holy Spirit. Then you have 52 key Bible stories. I think this is great if you wanted to do like each Bible story for 1 week and study on them. Then you have 100 proofs of the Bible. So this is archaeological evidence. I absolutely love these. I think it's great. So has the Old and the New Testament versions of it. Then you get to the Christian history timeline. I think those are really cool as well, learning about the Christian history. And then you get to the Old Testament, and then you just have a bunch of the Old Testament. You have events, you go into creation, Noah's Ark. You have, the 12 tribes of Israel, and it like breaks those up with some lineage. It gives you some Exodus, timelines and maps. I mean, this is just really the tabernacle, really packed full of so much stuff, especially for beginners to really dive deep for the first time, to have all this extra information and knowledge. I think is great, especially for the Old Testament. The Old Testament, I think, is even more confusing for us at times. And then you have, the feasts of the Old Testament, 10 Commandments, you have the holidays, kings of Israel and how they were divided, and Solomon's temple. I mean, it's just chock full. Have when the kings were and who the prophets were at that time. Great timelines for that kind of thing. It shows the temple versus Jesus, how Jesus does the temple. It has little Bible studies, kind of like on Psalms 20. And then 3, and then this is Daniel for prophecy. And then you go into the New Testament. It has the genealogy of Jesus. It's a 2-page front and back fold out for that. That is really awesome. Then you have 100 prophecies fulfilled by Jesus. Wow, that in itself, you can really see that it's in a chart. All these miracles, events, and the Beatitudes, the 12 disciples, and gives information on them. And it's just chock full. The Lord's Prayer, the other major disciples in the New Testament. You know, it talks about Herod's temple, and Palm Sunday to Easter shows the map. Jesus' hours on the cross, evidence for the resurrection. I would really like that one. I think that one is really good. Without the resurrection, we don't really have Christianity. 100 events from Acts to Revelation, the armor of God, love, fruits of the Spirit, heroes of the faith. And then it goes into the 7 churches from Revelation, and where they were located, background information. And then it gives you the 4 different views of the end times. And then we get into more of the maps, shows you then and now maps. I think that is great, how you can see the difference of how it was and how we divide up the land now. And so I really have gotten more into maps, so that was really cool. It talks about Paul's journeys. Then you get into Christianity, the cults, and other religions, and it tells you the difference between all of these other religions versus biblical Christianity and all the other cults of Christianity. Then it talks about denominations of Christianity, which I think was really cool. You can kind of see the differences and how they came to be, I guess. And it talks about the essential doctrines of the faith. Now, I don't believe, or I don't say that I agree with everything that's in here. I haven't read the entire book word for word, but I did skim through it the other night, and it is chock full of helpful information. I mean, like, just because you read it in a book doesn't mean you shouldn't, you know, do your own studying. And so, as you can see, there's tons of indexes, so you'll be able to find a lot of things. So I highly recommend this. I'll leave a link for it in the description from Amazon. And yeah, God bless.